What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Paulie Black, aka the Don Paulion on Twitter. And as you already know, I am the realest fan on YouTube. And today I will be bringing you video number 2 in what was originally supposed to be a 2-video set. Now it's going to be 3. Okay, this is the defensive back video. The first video was the linebackers. This video will be the defensive back video. And the third video, because the Philadelphia Eagles decided to part ways with its number 1 receiver coming off of a career season, Deshaun Jackson, it is my duty as an Eagles fan to produce a wide receiver prospect video. So that will be the next video coming up. But let's jump right into the defensive back video. The first defensive back up on our list is from the University of Utah, the Utes.
What was that word? Did you say Utes? What is a Ute?
Keith McGill, 6'3", 214 pounds, 95 tackles, 12 INTs. This young guy right here, he is a problem. I'm going to give you the ups and downs on each one of these guys, starting with him. He's a good athlete, very versatile, can play cornerback and safety. His cons, he needs a little bit better footwork, and he's really not viewed as a tough guy. You know, he's not. They don't feel like he's a hard-nosed player. But at 6'3", 214 pounds, I think he could be a problem in the secondary. Like I said, he can play both positions, cornerback and safety, which will bring a whole nother dimension to your defense. This is a guy that's straight out of the Pete Carroll draft book, like the guys look like in Seattle, the Legion of Boom. Okay, this kid right here he looked like he probably can go somewhere between anytime after the second round, this guy should be available. So I would suggest if the Eagles can get a chance to get him, they should take him. Next up, at free safety from the University of Stanford, Ed Reynolds, 6'2", 206 pounds, 89 tackles, 50 assists, 7 interceptions, and 13 pass deflections. He ran a 4.5 40, has a 32-inch vertical, and a 117-inch broad jump. Now, the pros on Ed is he has good size versus tight ends. He reads the quarterback well and has good ball instincts. Great anticipation. He is a real ball hawk. The cons that he takes bad angles and he has missed some open field tackles. And one thing I will say about all of these guys is that the pros for all of these guys show a great upside, a future in this league. And the cons for most of these guys, not most of them, for all of these guys, is what coaches get paid for. Okay, this is what coaches get paid for. A guy that takes bad angles and misses a few open field tackles, he can be coached out of that. And that's what coaches get paid for. Okay, so Ed Reynolds at 6'2", 206 pounds could be a serious addition to any secondary. I would love to see him wearing Eagles green. The third defensive back on my list, Kyle Fuller, cornerback, Virginia Tech, 6 foot, 194 pounds, 129 tackles, 44 assists, 6 picks, and 32 pass deflections. This young man could be a serious addition to a secondary. Okay, the pros for this guy is he's got good size, good balance. He has great instincts, anticipation, has good zone awareness, outstanding leaping ability, and will defend in the run. Okay, his cons, he could get a little stronger. They kind of questioned him a little bit man to man, and he had the tendency to sit on route, so he could be susceptible to double moves. But he ran a 4.04, 940, a 38.5 vertical, and a 128-inch broad jump. Okay, this guy is a sleeper. This is probably my sleeper of the draft for corners. I would be shocked if he goes later than the third round. Okay, at 6 foot, he's a prime size for a corner, but a 38-inch half vertical is just ridiculous. I mean, that's oh man, that's like what's the little guy from the NBA? Nate Robinson. Oh man, like Spud Webb type leaping. Like, you're already 6 foot, man. When you can leap like that, man, that adds such another dimension to your game. Like, that back shoulder fade, he would definitely be able to defend that with no problem. The fourth defensive back on this list is Dante Johnson, cornerback from North Carolina State, 6'2", 200 pounds, 130 tackles, 70 assists, 3 INTs, and 15 pass deflections. All right, his pros are he has good balance, good athleticism, can cover tight ends, good zone awareness, gets off of blocks, and is a solid tackler. He also played safety, cornerback, and nickelback. Very smart, very hardworking. Okay, the only knock on this guy is that they say he needs to bulk up, and he kind of hesitates to diagnose plays sometimes, which can lead to him taking bad angles. But like I said before, that's what coaches get paid for. Okay, 6'2", 200 pounds. He can deal with anything that's pretty much coming his way. Okay, he ran a 4.45 40, a 38.5-inch vertical, and a 124-inch broad jump. The kid's an athlete. Okay, he can pretty much do everything you need him to do on the football field. If you can teach him how to diagnose a play a little bit sooner and how to adjust and take better angles, then it might be time for you to hang up your whistle. So if that's the only knock on this guy, I'd take him. Next up on the list, we have a free safety from the University of Minnesota, Brock Vereen, 6 foot, 202 pounds, 127 tackles, 73 assists, 3 picks, and 24 pass deflections. The pros on this guy is that he's a good athlete with good range, good zone awareness, and route recognition. He understands angles and leverage. He's solid in man coverage. He's got good ups and is motivated. He has a great work ethic and a passion for the game. The knock on this guy, and this is why these guys on ESPN really crack me up. The knock on this guy is that he has small hands and he's not an explosive hitter or a forceful tackle. I don't care. If I put him in my secondary, can he do what I need him to do? The answer is yes. Okay, he ran a 4.47 40, a 34-inch vertical, and a 117-inch broad jump. I don't care if he has small hands, because guess what? If he's not going to get the pick, at least he can bat it down. I'll take that. But if the only knock on this guy is that he has small hands and he's not an explosive hitter, he's not a forceful tackler, you know what? Then guess what? He just won't be those things. But what he is, he's a darn good free safety. I'd love to have him wearing black and green. All right, we are down to our last defensive back on this list, and I saved this guy for last because he is my personal pick.
Eagle Eye.
From Louisiana State University, strong safety Craig Lawson, 6'2", 209 pounds, 84 tackles, 64 assists, 6 picks, and 10 pass deflections. The pros on this guy, is exactly what you want from a safety in your secondary. He has good vision, good anticipation, good route recognition, can carry wide receivers deep and match up with tight ends. Good open field tackler and is a phenomenal hitter, and he has an exceptionally high football IQ. The only knock on this guy is that he can be over aggressive in run support and that he sometimes allows too much separation in man coverage. But let me tell you something. This guy is Ed Reed 2.0. He had a 4.6 40 at the combine, 32.5-inch vertical, and 119-inch broad jump. This is the guy I want in my secondary for the future. He is about that business. All right, everybody, that is the end of the show. Those are the 6 defensive backs that I think the Eagles should target. They can get any of those guys in rounds 2 on. Any one of those guys will be a great addition to this secondary, corner or safety. You can't go wrong with any of those guys. I've had so much fun putting this list together, just doing some of the background work on some of these guys, seeing footage on these guys, seeing tape on these guys. I appreciate you guys checking this video out. I am the future of the franchise, if you didn't know. The third video will be wide receivers. And the beauty of that video is I've just acquired some new software. So that video will be the first video that I use the new software on. I'm upgrading my software. I'm using Cyberlink. I really like Cyberlink software. When I was in school, I used a lot of Final Cut from Mac. Mac is very expensive. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Okay, but I really like Cyberlink, and I'm upgrading my Cyberlink from older version to a newer version with a lot more bells and whistles. So after you check the video out, leave me some feedback, subscribe to the channel. The wide receiver video will be up probably before the month is out. I'll definitely have it up in enough time for you to do your own scouting before the draft on May 8th. So, as always, it's your boy Paulie Black signing off. EAGLES Eagles. Holla at your boy one time.